Vihari Jayo Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jayo Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kundra Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kundra Vihari Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavate Uttama Shloker Bhaktir Bhavati Naistikim. Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Does your daughter understand Hindi?
Yes, no.
Okay. So we'll speak in English today. I just remember that she might not understand, so we don't want to miss out anybody. So we will be discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam has how many parts?
12 cantos.
Okay, how many volumes?
18?
More.
18 or 30 volumes now. maybe?
34.
34.
34 volumes of 12 cantos. You know, how many books did Prabhupada write overall?
Up to 10th canto he wrote.
144 volumes.
144 volumes.
144 volumes of books he wrote within 11 years.
Yeah.
So nobody in the history of encyclopedia has written that many books in that short period of time. I mean, people have written taking a longer period of time, but nobody within that 11 years, which Prabhupada did it. So, of that 12 cantos, we are right now discussing within the middle part of it. What is half of 12?
6.
6. So right now we are in 6. So we are in the third day, final third day of Maharaj Parikshit's 7 days of lifespan. Okay, so he is going to die out within how many days more?
7 days total.
From today.
From today 4 days. 4 days.
So today he is going on
4th day.
4th day, for the 6th canto.
Yeah.
Okay, so he is going to be dying. The entire Bhagavatam lasts for 6 days in action. In the 7th day, what happens was the speaker of Bhagavatam, who is that?
Shukdev Goswami.
Shukdev Goswami, he is asking his disciple Maharaj Parikshit. He said, my dear disciple, my dear servant, you are meant to die within 7 days. It has been 6 days. 1 more day means for us almost end of the world, isn't it? So he said, because you are going to die with the bite of a snake, I can be here because it's going to happen within 1 more day. I can be here because in my presence the snake cannot dare to come here. So you want me to stay here with you? So the snake doesn't come and maybe you live for 8th day also? So he says, no, Abhayam, I have actually attained freedom from fearness. I have no fear of anything now because I have Srimad Bhagavatam with me. Then Maharaj Parikshit said, even I have a power to avoid the death from the snake. That snake cannot come as a snake anymore. You know how did the snake come? He came in the form of a Brahman and entered into that arena where Bhagavat was going on. And he sat down next to Maharaj Parikshit. You know why? Because of Maharaj Parikshit being a great devotee of the Supreme Lord, The snake in no way wanted to bring any sort of disturbance. Just imagine if somebody tells you that you would be shot by an automatic rifle by a person who is wearing a red t-shirt and blue jeans. Now you are in the room alone somewhere, and a person with blue jeans and a red t-shirt with automatic rifle comes in. What happens to you?
Panic.
Not only panic, maybe you die before you are shot. Okay, so like that, now it is already known that Maharaj Parikshit is going to die with the bite of a snake. So, in the mind of a snake, who is actually a death personification, supposed to kill Maharaj Parikshit, thinks this great devotee of the Supreme Lord, I don't want to disturb him. So the snake assumes the form of a Brahman. Now does anybody worry about that? If a nice sannyasi with a red saffron cloth comes and sits down next to you, carrying an automatic rifle, you don't even worry about it. Okay. So, we are entering into those days. Now, within the first 3 days, the Lord spoke about, Sukadeva Goswami spoke about the reality that people are going through in life. And what is the outcome of such reality? What is the destination of that reality? Of everyone that is here? What was before Ajamil's story? What was the topic before Ajamil's story?
Chant holy names.
Hari's planet. नरक के विषय में विवरण किया था ना? So basically, everyone is engaging in an activity that is almost 100% destined to take them to hell. 100%. आपने थोड़ा hell के बारे में तो सुना है ना? So you heard some. तो आपने मतलब वो तो थोड़ा कठोर टॉपिक था. तो ultimately, what happens after discussing about that topic? Sukadeva Goswami frightened the listeners to some level. आप भी डर गए थे कुछ लोग एलिस प्लानिंग के विषय में सुने तो. So it is natural when you hear that type of topic, you become nervous. ठीक है ना? So basically, if you hear about only the negative part of the authorities that enforce law, say that you are only used to hearing negative about the police. What do you know about the police?
That they're bad.
That they are bad. And what do? You know what the cops do most of the time? They write you a ticket, they catch you, yes, they fine you. So anytime there is a cop following behind you, then what do you intend to do? Immediately, you just think that something is going to happen that is negative. So this is the understanding that people have about the cops or people who hold the law. Yes? So that's how Sukadeva Goswami presented, saying that almost everyone is engaging themselves in some sorts of sinful activities, okay, and almost everyone is destined to go to hell. That frightened everyone. But that was not a purpose of Sukadeva Goswami, that he has only 7 days to live. Within 4 days he's been frightened so much for going to hell that now he's going to get disturbed. No, that was not his idea. But his idea was, people generally understand that every path leads to one destination. इंडिया में भी यही धारणा है. आप किसी को भी मानो, you worship anyone, you do anything, ultimately you go to one destination. Just like Prabhupada is to give an example. If you buy a ticket to Hawaii, do you mystically end up in India with that Hawaii flight? Okay. When you are buying a flight, it was 100% explained to you that this flight is going to go to Hawaii. Now you think, you accept that no, maybe this flight can go to India. So instead of paying, right now $1,400 to get to India, Hawaii is $400. Maybe mistakenly this flight is going to take me somewhere in India that I want to be at. So just because you accept some reality which is not, is it going to change? So what is the concept mainly in India particularly? Any Devi Devatas that you worship, anyone that you worship, ultimately what do you get? Moksha.
Liberation.
किसी का भी पूजन करो. It may be anyone. So is this reasoning justified? No. So therefore Sukadeva Goswami says everyone is confused right here. And with this type of understanding, everyone is destined to go hell. Don't get confused about the reality. Everything does not lead to one destination. Just like I give an example of a flight. The flight that is destined for Hawaii is going to go to Hawaii. The flight that is destined for Canada will go to Canada. And flight that is going to India will go to India. Everything is pre-arranged. So now you can decide what ticket you want to book, what flight you want to book. So when Sukadeva Goswami first of all wanted to let people know that every destination does not lead to one particular place, but every process does not lead to one particular place, but everything is different. Such as there is a hellish planet in the case of Ajamil. But however, he said that even if people are engaging in some type of impious activities, yes, if they can change themselves, again it's a question of a change. If you want to change your thought, if you want to change your life standard, if you want to change the way that you think, and if you want to change the process that you adopted, there can be different result. An example of that is who? Ajamil. So originally what was he? A successful Brahmin who was rightly in a path. Wrong association changed him to be an unright person. Now again the holy name of the Lord changed him to be a right person. Yes. So basically the point here made by Sri Sukadeva Goswami is don't get frightened. If you don't understand the reality of life and if you don't change, hell is destined for you. Yes. जैसे कि मान लीजिए कि इंडिया में या earlier in those days when people were just starting their education, so the parents says पढ़ो 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 नौकरी करो, ना पढ़ो क्या करो, हल चलाओ. ये पेरेंट्स लोग बोलते थे ना. कभी बोला आपको? मतलब कोई दूसरी बात दिया होगा, हल का बात नहीं दिया होगा, और कोई चना चटपटे कुछ मूंगफली का बात तो किया होगा ना. या तो मूंगफली बेचोगे, या तो ढाबा में काम करोगे. यस, या तो पढ़ो नहीं तो ढाबा में काम करो, है ना. सो in order to encourage you to do something that is important, they will try to give an example of something that is understood in a society as less important. Let's put it that way. No work is important or less important. But however, you have to accept that understanding the both sides, you accepted the path of education trying to avoid such. Isn't it? So you can't say it's bad or good, but in practicality, everyone has accepted some path. So you have to change in order to be something in life. So therefore, Sukadeva Goswami says you have to give up the path of sinful activities. And it is very simple what you need to do. And what do you need to do? So what was the positive idea given by him from the story of Ajamil? What was it? What are we asked to do? What did Ajamil do? Chant. How hard? Is it any hard? I mean, you chanted the NrSimh Prayers. If you were to do a Arti here, do you know that one? The Arti part with different mantras? No? But you could definitely chant. Chanting was not hard. Was chanting hard for anybody? Everyone is chanting for last 2-3 years. Nobody is finding it hard. But if you are to ask to become a priest, then it is hard. So the Lord could have said, you keep the murti and do the puja of the murti, then moksha is guaranteed. He did not say that. Sukadeva Goswami made things as simple as possible. He said, do what? Chant. Okay? So this is called, sometime, based on how innocent we are, if we are a grown-up adults, we are expected to do something before we get a help from somebody else. Now, there are two examples given here. The example of a monkey and an example of a cat. Do you know why these two examples are given? Monkey and a cat. Now, when the monkey or a baby monkey is protected by the mother monkey, how does it work? What are the baby expected to do? What does the mother of the monkeys expect the babies to do in order to protect them? Yes.
To listen to them and do what they do.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah, listen to them. Everything comes from listening, yes. And what does the cat requires the kittens to do in order for the cat to protect the kittens?
Stick to the mother.
I'm getting answers, but I'm just getting very indirect answer. These two examples are, I'm just trying to give you because it has a direct meaning. Now, the baby of the monkey is required to hold onto the stomach of the monkey in order for the monkey mother to hold the child into the womb. Yes? What is the requirement?
Hold.
The baby has to hold. The baby is required to hold. So in the case of the kittens, the babies don't have to hold. All the effort is made by the mother. In the case of the monkey, half effort is of who?
Child.
The child, and half effort is of the mother. Yes? Now, when it comes to surrender to Krishna, these two examples are very important. Our effort as a jiva and the Lord's effort as a Ishwar. Okay? Now, in beginning level, it is a mercy of Guru. It is called Kripa Shakti. Okay? So, neither can we say, oh God, please help me, I don't want to do anything about it. You do everything. Okay? And other part is, oh God, I will do this much, but because this ocean of nescience is so hard to cross over, you need to help me. Yes? Now, you have a boat. It is a big, massive ocean. There is a boat in the ocean. And there is a captain in the boat. And there are going to be passengers in the boat also. Now, what is the duty of a captain?
To protect.
To take the passengers safely.
Is it take the passengers safely? But what is the duty of the passengers?
Behave.
To remain in the
Both.
boat. Yes? So in a spiritual path, what is our duty?
Be on the boat. To follow.
Jump off the boat?
No.
Don't get into the boat? Or at least go and sit down in the boat that is sent for you.
Sit down in the
And rest is done by the captain. You understand? Now what do we do? Most of the time our activities within that boat is such that even the captain gets disturbed by it. Instead of causing a help, or instead of helping a boat captain in order to take the boat swiftly, what do? We cause a disturbance in the boat, so the captain has to stop his driving and has to come and take care of us. So how safe are we? Now those people who are in the boat, okay, trying to get somewhere, which we are all trying to get somewhere. If they start jumping around the boat, there are 700, 800 passengers, 5 of them start jumping around. And they try to drown the boat. And you can't control them. What will you do? Push them out of the boat. Yes? Because they don't want to really go anywhere. They simply want to drown somebody else along with them. What's the point? Do they need to be in that boat? Yes or no? Like if that happens in you, you are in the boat, or some terrorists are trying to take over the plane or something. To protect the plane, you might do something to him right there. I'm not saying that you should do that or anything like that. But the point here is two sides. Krishna wants us to hold him. Holding him means the process of devotion. That is what he has given as a requirement for us to do at least. Now, with our advancement, with our practice, is questionable mark whether we can attain Krishna or not, unknown. Only with our endeavor. Only with the endeavor of the monkey holding in the stomach of the mother, it's not 100% guarantee that that child will be alive. Isn't it? When the monkey makes a big jump, the child can easily fall off the stomach. Yes? Now, the mother who is holding the child within the stomach has this much power to think, to decide, is this child holding strong enough that he does not fall? If not, what does the monkey do? Immediately takes one hand and holds the baby, and with another hand holds the branch. You understand? But does not hold the baby until the time the mother thinks he is making a complete endeavor to hold me. If he is not, the child will fall. You understand? Now here, this is our process. We need to do everything that the scriptures are telling us to do. We need to do everything that the process requires us to do. Now, while performing this process, if we are not successful, then Krishna will hold on to that. Anywhere that we are not successful. Now, most of the time we try to do it like a cat. Krishna, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to take bath early in the morning. I don't want to do one round of chanting of Hare Krishna Maha. I don't want to do anything, you hold me. Devotional service doesn't work that way. You understand? Krishna will do once or twice. You understand? Just like we have children. If the child says, I don't want to get up from my bed, I don't want to wash my face now, I don't want to brush my teeth now, will you go and do everything for your daughter now? But there was a time you did. Yes? So it is expected that as the time goes, we are expected to be mature enough to do things. Now, when will our maturity come? That's the next question. After understanding Krishna for 10 years, maturity doesn't come. When then? So first part with this process is called the chapter of nourishment. What we are told is, you do something, Krishna will do the rest. It's like parents nourishing the child. So there we heard an example of a story of Ajamil, how only the thing he did was remember the name of Narayan, okay? That even not with any intention of remembering Narayan, but rather remembering his child's name. But the problem here was, the solution here was, that name that was belonging to a child happened to be the name of the Lord. Happened to be. It simply indicated the name of Narayan. But the Lord is so merciful. You think that God is stupid? That he could not figure out whether it was Ajamil or it was his name? You think that Lord Vishnu is that stupid? I mean, with story you could realize that it's not Vishnu he is calling. You know he is calling his son. You think that Vishnu was not so smart that he did not even know who he was calling? What do you think, Prabhu? Somebody is doubting. Maybe Vishnu was stupid. No, he was not. So he perfectly knew this. But it's just like, he has to get, if the Lord has an opportunity to hold somebody by a grip, doesn't matter what part of the body. It has to create a grip. He is trying to help us everywhere. You understand? But we are not living our life in a such way that he has an opportunity to hold somewhere. This is like something that has no grip. Like if I want to hold this mic like this, am I going to have the grip? Like this I will have a grip. Once I have a grip to hold somewhere, if there is a reason why he should hold, although it may be not a justified reason, it is a very weak reason, but he has a reason to hold us. Yes? He will hold. But the thing is, we have to create that reason of why he should hold. In this case, the reason was the name happened to be the same as Lord Narayan. Yes? So he was saved, Ajamil. Ultimately, he is saved, and the messengers of Yamaraj are furious. They are very angry about it. Their thought is this: why did we really work for this guy? Until now, their intention was that the most powerful man in the planet is who?
Yamraj.
Yamraj. That's their intention up to now. That nobody is more powerful. We are the servant of somebody who is the most powerful in this world. This is the first time that they came in encounter with somebody.
So powerful then.
First time that somebody chanted the name of his son, which happened to be Narayan, and they had to come in conflict. Otherwise, wherever there is Vishnu, there Yamadutas don't go. Everything is just defined right in advance. So after that, Ajamil, he was protected. He was protected by the Vishnudutas. Then he saw this Vishnuduta standing there, the Yamaduta standing here. There is a big conversation going on. So after all, if somebody like that comes to help you, okay, at the time of death, क्या हुआ प्रभु? Okay. So somebody like that has come to save your life. Do you want to say thank you at least once? Yeah? कि कोई मतलब नहीं है, छोड़ दो. So by the time everything happened, the Yamadutas walked out. Ajamil, he is in deathbed. He got his relife again, and he's just looking at Vishnudutas trying to say thank you so much. Before even he got that chance, they disappeared. No chance. Okay? So, but he could at least remember. He could remember everything from point A of being a perfect Brahman to point B, being a husband of a prostitute, and point C, being protected by the Vishnudutas. Now he goes to the point D. And his point D was, once the Vishnudutas left to the spiritual world and Yamadutas left to Yamraj, he got up from his bed, he rejected his house, he rejected his wife, and went to Haridwar. Okay? Now, not very long time. He was given a time. He only had 5 years from that time to again be 100% successful. Okay? He went to Haridwar at the river of Gandaki by worshipping Saligram Shila, and by chanting the Lord Narayan. Within 5 years he became perfect and pure, and again the Vishnudutas came down and took him to Vaikuntha again. So this is the glories of the holy name. Okay. Now let's go back to the Vishnudutas. They have done that many times, so they are not worried. They are just gone for the next protection. But Yamadutas were very much disappointed by this. So they went angry to Yamaraj. Then he said, my dear Lord, our dear Lord, you are the most unsuccessful man in your leadership. You know what? We were almost killed today. He said, as you have ordered us, we went to get this sinful guy, and they said, this beautiful people, that looks so beautiful, they were glowing, the best people I have ever seen in the planet. Those 4 people came and protected the guy who was completely engaged in sinful activities, and they have taken him away. Now say, there is an enemy who is a complete challenge to your responsibility. Do you glorify him like this? Say he's the most beautiful, the most smart, most this. Not really. They didn't even know who they were. Otherwise they would say Vishnudutas. They didn't even know that, who they were. The most beautiful. So indirectly they are trying to say, they were the servant of somebody, but they were so beautiful, so bright. What are they trying to indicate? That yes.
That they are better than them?
Better than them. If they look so beautiful, how would their master look?
Good.
Good. You know who their master was?
Lord Vishnu.
Right. So right there, itna smart hai dekhiye. So that was Lord Vishnu. So they are trying to say, we don't look good. Yamadutas are beautiful?
No.
Now, how many of the time you hear people doing a namkaran and putting the name Yamaraj or Yamaduta?